Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. Want to make the watch this video for tomorrow, August 3rd. I want to show you something while I have a chance here. This today, I posted in the group. Where did I post here? Um, I posted a trade earlier today. Man, you can see we have so many comments in the group here. So much action. So it's a good thing. It's good that all these people are commenting. I posted earlier today. Where the heck am I here? I think it was before that. Okay. I put gorgeous bear flag on FTK on the 5-minute chart. No guarantees what will happen, but watching to see what happens at VWAP around 560. Looks like ThinkorSwim had shares to short if needed. Support level was 491. So I posted that because it was actually kind of a shame because I was right around, I don't even know, 11 or 11:30ish that I posted that. And I was pretty much done for the day. I was ready to go outside, play some basketball, and go eat some lunch. But I saw this beautiful bull flag forming, or bear flag. So I saw this bear flag forming, and as you can see, sold off, consolidated, sold off all the way down here, and you'll see it found support right at this 491 marker. And what I was watching was, you can see it kind of dojied here. It looks like it found support right at this level, and I was watching it kind of consolidate to see if it was going to go right up to that VWAP, because naturally, the more a stock is either overextended, so either overbought or oversold, it naturally wants to move back to VWAP. It's not always going to touch, but VWAP is a very important indicator to look at, which again, that's why it drives me nuts that Interactive Brokers doesn't have it. But again, if you watch my videos recently, you'll see that's why it drives me nuts. But ThinkorSwim, it's so perfectly defined. It's these green dots that I have set up here. So you can see price is just slowly kind of grinding, and it wanted to go back to VWAP, and it came very close. And then you started to see here, yeah, right around, yeah, it was around this time, and you saw like there was lots of like kind of, it was messing with people. And if you zoom in here, I don't know if I can go back to that time. It was very, yeah, you can see. Look at see the EMAs, the 9 and the 20. They were like literally touching each other, and they were kind of bouncing around, and it was just kind of like some fake outs going on. And so it didn't go up and actually touch um, the 5. It didn't touch VWAP, but it went right up to about that 550 range, right at that psychological $half amount. And then you can see slowly started fading and going down. And it actually went all the way back down to right here, about 503. So when I set that trade out, if you had got in on it and were patient enough, this was moving so nice and slow, and that would have been a 50 down to 503. That was, between a 40 to 50 cent move on a short that was just moving nice and slowly. Now I got in and I only made like a penny on it because I was just kind of trying to risk it. I was waiting to see if it was going to move kind of quickly. It was right around lunchtime. I was going through lunchtime, was moving like a snail. I got in at 532, and then I covered at 531. So maybe I lost a penny. I didn't even care. I was just kind of just trying to see. I just kind of got in and got out of it. But, if I had if I had waited till after 1 o'clock, another half hour or so, that would have been a really nice short. But this is all what you want to do, is you want to always be aware of patterns, and VWAP, as well as these EMA lines and simple moving average lines. They're all areas of support and resistance. But this was just a perfect example of a beautiful bear flag. So when you can see something like this, find a bottom, and then kind of just watch it ride it back to the moving average line first, and then obviously to VWAP and see what happens. But so I figured I'd show you that. That was a cool one earlier that I posted in the group. So let's make the watch list video for tomorrow here, or the watch list in the video here for August 3rd. So we're going to go to scan again. Stocks between 30 cents and $30. Minimum 500,000 shares with a minimum gain of 5% on the day. We will see potentially up to 35 plays. Again, we have stocks up to $30 for you, those of you that are options traders. If you want to go higher, you can always change your scan to just move this up higher. So, this is how we have it set up in ThinkorSwim. So if you have ThinkorSwim and you want to do your own scan, this is the criteria that we do for the watch list at night. Just change the price up or down. I personally don't trade stocks under much over $15. I try to prefer under $10 because I'm doing day trading. But when we make these watch lists, we try to incorporate day traders, swing traders, and even potentially long-term traders. So what you want to do is take this watch list that we send to you every night, and then also coincide it with the one that we post every morning by 9 o'clock on our fan page. Make sure you like and follow our fan page so you don't miss it. Obviously, the Bullish Bears. Make sure you like and follow it. And you'll see we post it every morning here by 9 a.m. So you can see Dan duplicated my efforts today. I did it here, and then Dan did it too, so he didn't even see it. So you'll see right here. So basically, when we send the watch list at night, you want to kind of, if you get a chance to look at night or at some point in the morning, you see what what happened with the watch list at night, and then you coincide it with trade ideas in the morning. It could be completely different, or it can confirm something that's on the watch list. But it's very important to kind of do both of them. Also, as well, trade ideas. If you don't know how they work, obviously, Trade Ideas is hands down our favorite scanner. We couldn't trade without it. So we do the ThinkorSwim scans, but obviously the bread and the butter happens in the morning with Trade Ideas, and they just have the best. It's an incredible scanner. You can see, excuse me, so many different things. They have flow, gap percentage, so short flow. It gives you so much on here that ThinkorSwim doesn't give you. But if you're just day trading and you're only using our watch list, then hey, fine, just take our watch list every day. You don't need trade ideas. But if you're looking to do more options trading or things that are running during the day, because after when the market opens, so many other things are happening. There's incredible scans with trade ideas. Let me click on it here. You'll see a whole bunch of different things. It's after market right now, but you'll see all of these different tabs of pretty much setups that you can do. There's so many different sectors. There's options plays. So if you want to do options, where is it here? Options right here. You can see all the different things for options, and you can really just go in and customize this however you'd like. So we're just giving you in the morning the pre-market watch list, but I have scans all set up in here, and that I have all a bunch of different windows with all the different like high day scanners, reversal scanners, all of those things all set up within here. But you really need trade ideas to be able to do that. So if you have the funds, great. If not, just use the free scanners. Don't buy a tool if you don't have the money for it. But if you have the money and you want to become a serious trader, there really isn't anything better than trade ideas. So again, if you're on a budget and scaling up, just use ThinkorSwim's watch list for right now, or scanners for right now, which are good, and then eventually scale up to trade ideas. We have a community discount for our community. We have a partnership with Trade Ideas, so we appreciate if you click the link below, our affiliate link. We do, in return, as a thank you for purchasing for us, we get a 15% discount for you. So it's a good trade-off. We have a partnership with Trade Ideas. They obviously see we have a great community. So, obviously, if you buy from us, we'd appreciate it, and in return, get a discount. So that's what I got to. That's that for now. Why I'm making the watch list, and now I'll just go right to the watch list. And I got to pause in 10 minutes. So if I pause the video and that sounds weird, I come back, I have to go get dinner out of the oven. So I'm trying to make this video in between dinner. So let's start off with SVU. Every time I hear that, I think of Law and Order Special Victims Unit. So this is something I don't even really look at. It's not my type of style. There must have been a buyout or something on here. So I'm just going to put it on here just to do your own due diligence. Obviously, something happened. So obviously, at some point, it'll move up or down. So take a look at it. GGIF, not a lot of volume. It's going up. This might be a potential good short one. But see, like I look at this. So for me personally, I mean, again, it could fall really far down, but am I going to put this on my watch list? If it's at a highs, if it pulled back, I'm not saying 10 or 12 cents isn't worth it, but you know, it's one of those ones. Let's actually just see if Interactive Brokers, let's test them and see if they actually have shares to short of it. Was it GGIF? Let me delete this one here. What was that one? GGIFF. I hate those five-letter symbols. Yeah. See, when I see stuff like this, I don't even want to look at it. Screw that. So, yep, I am not. Well, for now, okay. So, am I going to put that on the watch list? It is holding its highs, but then again, there's not a lot of volume either. So, I don't like it. MTBC. So this one kind of held its highs, dipped down a little bit at the end of the day. I am going to put that on the watch list. This one, I noticed that Interactive Brokers has not had shares lately too short of this. Let's see. Yeah, so a lot of people are short on this one. That's probably why. So there isn't any, but I'll put it on my watch list to watch either way. Not saying it's going to be shortable, but again, something like once it gets above this Bollinger Bands like this and it wants to pull back, this would have been a great short. 239 right down to VWAP of $2. That was an easy, you know, almost 40 cents. And if I can't time that, like I personally am more short biased, but you want to trade obviously what's most comfortable to you. Just because I'm more short biased doesn't mean that you should be. You obviously want to determine your own trading style, but I look at something like this when something's above the Bollinger Bands and I'm like, man, I could just short this right down to the 13 EMA, right down to VWAP. This would have been easy, but when you can't get shares to short, it's kind of frustrating. So again, I might move somewhere else. I'm just trying to give Interactive Brokers more of a chance for a while. They've been decent in some areas and crappy in others. So yeah, so there's MTBC. BONT, don't really love it. No, I'm not going to put it on. ENVV, this is stupid garbage one. People are pumping it in the group. I'm not going to, not pumping it, but just, I don't want somebody getting trapped in the group with a stock like that, so I'm not going to put it on. IPI held its highs, had some good volume. It's at its yearly highs. So I will put IPI on the watch list. And let me see if Interactive Brokers. Yeah, it looks like it's potentially shortable, so that's good. So obviously it broke above here today, and so I wasn't watching it. Yeah, so it broke at the end of the, it went up and it broke its high a day right around what is this time here? 2:30, 3 o'clock. So yeah, it's definitely one to watch. So, but that's one I like to ideally play, you know, a chance to play both ways. So I'm going to put that on my watch list, IPI. And also, if you've been watching my videos recently, this is kind of how I have my setup here. I kind of just put ones I'm looking at. You know, I'll put them in here the night before, and then I always change it. And I just kind of sort which ones I really like in the morning after I coincide with trade ideas. So I'll put them on here with what I'm looking at here. I put it down here, and I kind of move my way up. Come the morning time, I'll take trade ideas, see which ones are really running that I like, and then see what I like. And then I kind of just move this off into another screen. And so I'll have my Interactive Broker screen up like this. I'll have my ThinkorSwim, and then I'll have my trade ideas, all my different scans running as well. So I have basically a 4-screen setup. So boot. So, I mean, the potential resistance up here around 1050. Doji candle. It's one of those ones that might be able to play either way. Again, you know, easy to borrow. Their shares are short at ThinkorSwim, so I'll put it on just to be able to watch both ways. It's one that's an interesting watch. But I think this is one of those. Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe I thought it was the one of the ones that had the 5 cent. I hate those 5 cent bid ask spread ones. I really don't like those ones, but I don't think that's one. PMC, that's another one. Must have been a buyout. I'll put it on there for you. I'm not going to look at it. So if one of you guys are options traders or like that stuff, take a look. MTW. There was people talking about this in the trade room today. This is going up and down, and look at this. It's right at that 690. See what happens tomorrow. But it definitely held its highs, had some volume. So I will put that on the watch list. And I believe Interactive Brokers has shares to short. MTW. Is that what it was? Yeah, I think it was MTW. Okay. QUOT. That one held its highs. Look right there. See if we can make it up there. Some resistance areas here. Well, it's held its highs. Keep an eye on this. See if it can break above this 1340. What is this here? 13. Yeah, right around, I don't know what that is, 1330, 40 range. See if it can get above that and move up. If not, potentially short it on the way back down. Not sure if ThinkorSwim has shares to short, but we'll put that on the watch list, QUOT. And I don't know if I'm going to put it on Interactive Brokers. I try to do ones that are under $10 personally. Because once you get up to these $15 and up range ones, one candlestick, one 1 minute candlestick could move 20, 30, 40 cents so quickly just from moving up and down on a moving average line. It's just it's tough to just do your risk management that way. So I just personally don't like that. It doesn't mean somebody else can't. It's just not what I'm most comfortable with. So not doing TD, TNDM, BZH. That one held its highs. It's at a whole dollar amount here, right at that $15 range. See if it can break above that area around that 1513, and then see what happens at 1580. See what happens if it pulls back. Looks like you can get shares to short with ThinkorSwim. So that's one you can play either way if you're comfortable with playing one that high up. OWCP, looks like that's under the marijuana sector. It's going up some resistance here right at that 39 cent and then 56 cent range. I mean, it held its highs. Be careful of that overhead resistance. I don't really care about it, but I mean, it held its highs. It might go up. It could be a potential, a decent scalp potentially. Who knows what'll happen? So I'll put it on the watch list. I don't like it for myself personally, but IBIO, not enough volume. GR Groupon, that held its highs, moving on up. See, it's above the moving average line. Some resistance up here, right around this area here. So, yeah, I'll definitely put that on the watch list. GRPN. See if it's shortable. Again, when I say shortable, doesn't mean I'm going to short it. It just means I like ideally stocks that I can trade up or down. And I like stocks that I can trade on reversals as well. So I like having the ability to do that. So I'm going to pause this video for right now. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, I'm back. So now, of course, I forgot where I left off. So I'll try to get right back into it. Just had some dinner, came back in the middle of doing the watch list here, and it's thunderstorms. So if you hear loud noises in the background, it's because it's thundering out. So let's go back over here to the watch list. Let's go to HLTH. Don't like this. Too choppy looking for me. Court. Kind of a doji looking candle up here. I don't love it. TDW. So that's another one. Take a look at what's going on with this stock. Must be something going on, or buyouts or something. I don't know what's going on. So I'll put it on the watch list to keep an eye on it if you want to do your research on it. Let's see here. Next one. GBT. Oh, yeah, held its highs. Careful up here, 27.44. These areas here, some resistance, so might potentially pull back. Keep an eye on it, see if price will move above those areas. So let's put that on the watch list. GBT. Again, I'm not going to trade it. It's too expensive for me to trade. KBR. Yeah, that one's gone up. Let's see. Keep an area here. This might be a support area. See if it can move up from there. So, yeah, it's one to watch potentially. So, depending on what type of trader you are. Let's see. I mean, there are shares with ThinkorSwim if you want to short it or if there's a chance to. So when I say short, I like doing a lot of reversals. So whether it's a parabolic reversal or whether it's a scalp reversal, I like to kind of, my preference again. I kind of go back and forth, but my natural preference is to kind of look at what's happening, let a pattern form, see how far the candlesticks are from the EMAs. I like to short things down a little bit. My favorite pattern that I really like to short is the bear flag. I just really like shorting a nice drop down like the one I showed earlier with was it FLK or one of those something whatever it was that has a nice drop down and then it goes right back to the EMA, towards VWAP and then kind of falls from there. So again, just find your preference and what your preference is to trade. But I'm more of a scalp reversal kind of trader, whereas some people just love to hop in right when the market opens. It's all just a matter of what you're comfortable doing. GSS held its highs, had some volume. There's some potential resistance right there at the 200 SMA. Yeah, we'll put that one on the watch list. It's kind of a slow mover though. Really high. This thing doesn't root. Yeah, I'm going to decide against this one. I'm going to decide against it because it's really high flow and moves like a snail. But, if you're looking at the gold sector, GSS is a gold stock, I believe. RWLK, look at that mess. I don't like those. I think this is one of those that moves in 5-cent increments. Those things drive me crazy. CERS, yes, that one held its highs. It's moving up here. Let's see, right around at 234. See if it can stay above that. There's some resistance at the 200 SMA, right around the 391. So see what happens from there. So that's a good one to watch. I don't think it's shortable with ThinkorSwim. It may be. It says easy to borrow, so it might be one to keep an eye on. Let me see here. But, it's also to a high floater, so it won't move probably really quickly. It might move kind of slowly. So just keep an eye on it. CRMD, don't like it. FTR. Let's see here. Some resistance right around that 1723. I don't know. I don't know if I really love it. It's kind of up and down, so I'm going to say no. CCXI held its highs, not a lot of volume. Now, it's at a yearly high. See if it can move up from there. So this is a nice one to potentially watch. See if it can move up a little bit more, close to a whole dollar amount of $11. If not, then watch it for a potential short. So ThinkorSwim looks like it's able to be shorted. So that's one I'm going to look at, kind of low on the volume, at the yearly highs, see if it can break, then see if it wants to move, naturally back down to the 13 EMA. So I kind of put a range like that, see what happens. See if it breaks above 1084. If it does, great. See if it gets rejected at 11, and then to see if it wants to move potentially back down. There's no guarantees it's going to go back to the 13 EMA or anything, but it's something to watch. So CCXI I will definitely put on because of that. Keep an eye on it. I'll put that over here. CCXI. And I'll put that on my multiple watch list. MTOR, don't like it. DENN, it's kind of going sideways. DVAX, yeah, potentially. See if it can go above this. There's that 1655 range right there. See if we can make kind of just watch here. That could either go up or fall back down. This is one to definitely keep an eye on, just to watch both ways. CG. Let's take a look at this one. Held its highs. It's at its pretty much its yearly highs. Look right here, another one right around that 21.95 range. Right around that $22. Got rejected. See if it wants to go back up. Well, you see, look at that. You can't even short a $22 stock with ThinkorSwim. That's ridiculous. So keep an eye on it if you can get shares somewhere to potentially short or maybe buy a put. Not saying it's definitely going down, but if you feel, you know, you can get some time on it and you wait for a pullback, that might be a nice one. SUM held its highs. There's some resistance of that 29.67 range right up here, right around that 21.970. It's got some volume, so I'll put that on there. SUM held its highs. GLUU. Let's see here. Another one right around a whole dollar amount there. See, that one might be. Yeah, it looks like you can short it too. So I like, again, some of these that are borderline I'll put on if you have the availability to short it. So if you can play it both ways. So I will put it on the watch list. CBAY. This one's been a fun one that's been going up and down like crazy. So yeah, I'll definitely put that one on the watch list. But I think it's one of those, maybe not. Maybe it's not one of those ones that are 5 cents. Yeah, I'll put that one on. Definitely one to watch. Because recently it's definitely had some movement up and down. So you can see it's, gone up, come back down, see what happens. It found its support. Maybe it's going to stay there or maybe it'll go up. So we'll see. Right around that 17, 13 range. So see if it can stay above there. If it can, it could have a potential move up. HZN. Yep, that one will go on the watch list. Now keep an eye on it. Might have a pullback. It's been running up a little bit, so see if it can break above that 200 SMA. So HZN. And last but not least, TGI. I mean, potentially, I just don't like it, so I'm not going to put it on the watch list. So that's the watch list for tonight, guys. Again, make sure you subscribe to our fan page to make sure that you get our Trade Ideas watch list every morning. So come find us. The link should be in the bottom of this video. If not, just type in Bullish Bears, like our fan page, follow us, and make sure to keep an eye out for trade ideas every morning. Again, if you're on a budget, you don't have much money, then just use the scans in our watch list at night. Do our watch list at night, coincide it with trade ideas in the morning. If you have some more money and you're able to afford it, it's absolutely worth getting trade ideas because then you can get live real market scans. I have so many like windows, like it's not this per se, but it's somewhat like this, all different windows with all the different scans moving up or down, because some of the stuff in my watch list doesn't move. I have, stocks like this that there might be 9 on here. I might only trade one. Sometimes I might not trade any of them because something else will pop up during the market that looks better. So, again, these ThinkorSwim scans are really good if you're getting started and stuff and you just want to kind of get used to it and accustomed to it. But if you can afford it, definitely get trade ideas. The link's below in the video. Make sure you please, purchase from our affiliate link and enter your promo code BullishBears15 at checkout to get your discount. So every little bit helps to support our community. Again, we are contribution based, so any contributions will help to fund our community, help to keep it growing. Ideally, we don't want to charge for the services. We don't want to charge membership fees. So ideally, if you contribute, every little bit helps us. The more we grow and the more contributions receive, the less likely we'll charge membership fees down the road. So again, if you'd like to contribute, you can do that here. You can subscribe to our daily watch list right over here. Take our free courses and join our trade room over here. So hopefully this video helped you guys, and happy trading tomorrow. Enjoy.